So first I'm applying a primer, and actually for Katie, she's got super dry skin, so I'm putting on a just some Aquaphor. So I'm just applying that around the spots in her face that just are a little dry. So if you can start with a primer if you want to, if not, no biggie, especially if they don't have dry skin, don't even worry about a primer. Katie likes it because it keeps the makeup a little bit off her face. Next, okay, so I'm just using, this is e.l.f. e.l.f. is cheap. I'm cheap, so I just chose to use e.l.f. Because if you just want to, purchase some heavier makeup, then it's sometimes better to just get the cheap stuff. So this is like a couple of shades darker than her actual skin because she's got very, very fair skin, and she's wearing a white wig, pretty much. So we want her to be a little bit darker, so I've just applied about a couple shades darker of the foundation for her. Make sure you blend it all the way up into the scalp, all the way around the eyes. I'm using a beauty blender, but you do not have to. I actually bought little sponges for all of us from Stage Right, so you can actually use those sponges. They're just little disposable sponges. They work just as good. So blend it all the way in, even around the ear. I'm actually going to go all the way down Katie's neck and into her chest too, because she's wearing some strapless dresses, so I'm going to actually take the makeup all the way down, but I'll do that later. So just make sure it's blended in really nicely and you can't see any spots, and it doesn't look real blotchy. Next, we're going to apply a lighter concealer. You can use a concealer, just a regular concealer right now. I couldn't find my concealer, so I'm just using a light foundation. This would probably be her actual color of her skin, so I'm using that under the eyes. I'm putting a bunch under the eyes, on top of the cheekbone, and then on top of the forehead, in between the eyebrows, down the nose, on top of the lip, and then on the chin. Then I'm just blending it in. This is a foundation brush, which I really like, but you don't have to use. You can just use the other side of your foundation sponge that I'll give you. So use the other side and just blend that in. You don't have to press really hard. You want to see the lightened areas to give her face lots of dimension on stage. Next, we're going to go with the contouring. So we're going to do the light first. I'm going to just go right on top of the places that I already put the light concealer or the lighter foundation. Just rubbing in some of those white spots. I like to use two different brushes for contouring, one for the light and one for the dark. So this is the light brush we want to use for the contouring. You can just get cheap brushes for this, it doesn't really matter. After you've done light, then we're going to do, it's kind of a medium contouring. I'm going to have her do a little fish face, and you're going to go from the line of her lip all the way up to right behind her ear. You can kind of see that line when they make a fish face. It makes it a lot easier when you're working with kids. And then I'm going to do a little bit under her chin, so that when the lights hit, you can really see the definition of her face, and her face doesn't look flat. That's what the contouring is for. And you're going to do deeper contouring with stage makeup than you would do your normal contour. So that's why it kind of looks funny up close. I'll also do some dark areas right down the sides of her nose. You want to darken that up. It just makes her nose stand out a little bit more with the light on top and then the shadows on the sides. Then next, I believe I'm doing a little bit more of the light color, just going in and adding, you could do like a light eyeshadow, or you can just do some other type of light contouring powder. I'm just using, and you can also do a shimmer. I think I used a shimmer on this part, yeah. Made it a little bit shimmery so it kind of stands out. So that's kind of when you get into the pageant makeup, it's made a little shimmery. So this is a setting powder. You want to get a good setting powder. I use NYX a lot. You can find it at, I believe, like Palais Royal, I think maybe Kohl's. Anyways, this is a setting powder. You want to use a different brush, and you want to really set it in all those spots. And then this is also where if you get it too dark in some places, you can kind of rub it in with that setting powder so it doesn't look so crazy strong. At this point, they should kind of look like a China doll. Then you're going to add the blush. Now, I don't think I added enough blush. We really want to do, for this pageant makeup, we want to do quite a bit of blush. You want to put it right on top of that contour line that you did on the cheekbone, all the way out to her hairline. A lot on the cheekbone, and then all the way blended all the way out to the hairline. Again, probably not enough blush. And then I just kind of blend a little bit of pink just because, so it doesn't look so just pink on the cheeks. I put a little bit of pink on the forehead and then down the neck. Next is eyebrows. This is huge. They have to have eyebrows. This is a must. You will not be able to see their eyebrows on stage if you don't color them in. I'm just using a light brown on hers because that's the color of her hair, even though her wig is totally white, but it will look so much better if they have a little bit of eyebrows covered in. You can tell a huge difference when you're done with those eyebrows. Sorry, I had her look towards me because I wanted to make sure they were even. She goes crazy if I don't do even eyebrows. I kind of just brushed them out to finish them off. Okay, so next is the eyeshadow. I just chose kind of a purpley color. It's like a purple glitter color. Using an eyebrow brush, and I'm just putting it at the corner of her eye and just kind of rubbing it all the way in the crease of the eye. This part, oh, I forgot to put the light. So this, a super light color I do in the corners of the eye and right underneath. And then you'll continue with the purple all the way through the crease. So you'll start from the corner of the eye, on the outside of the eye, and then go all the way through the crease with the color. Probably should have done this a little bit slower for you, but hopefully you can kind of see. Then I'm going to take a thinner brush and I'm going to get a little bit of a darker color to create like a little eyeliner. You don't really have to do this part because we're going to do eyeliner, but it just kind of darkens it up just a bit. So a huge trick in doing this and getting under their eyes is to have them look up and over at a spot, so that way they don't see the equipment coming right to their eye. Sorry, my hair's in the way. So you just add a little bit of the dark color underneath and then let a little bit of the dark color on the top. And it just kind of acts as a little bit of a shadow eyeliner. I did a little bit of white on her waterline. You don't have to do this. It will just open their eyes up, but Katie's been doing makeup for a long time, so she's pretty used to it. A lot of the girls will not like this part. This is the eyeliner. So this is a really skinny, kind of like marker eyeliner. I'm going to actually show you a trick. I put a piece of tape right under the line where it's going to go, kind of going up at an angle. So that way you can just follow the tape and again have them look up and over at the corner. See how it followed the tape and it just came off perfectly. I'm going to do a tape on the other side. Just make it at an angle. She's showing you the tape. And then I'm just going to follow it up the side of the tape. And you take it off and it makes a perfect line. Then I'm going to finish it off, having her look up and over. You're going to finish and get as far over to the inside corner of their eye as you can. If you have them look up and over, it'll help. Let them take little breaks and don't let them squint their eyes. Just let them close their eyes lightly if their eyes begin to water. I added a little bit more in the corners because she let me. And then you have them close their eyes and you're going to just finish off the top. Next is mascara. We're going to add some mascara. I use L'Oreal. I'll show you in a sec. Just L'Oreal black as black mascara. It's nothing fancy. I like the way it goes on. You don't need expensive makeup to do some of this stuff. So Her eyelashes are already nice and long, so no big deal. We are going to put some fake eyelashes on, and I didn't put it in this video, but we are going to put those on. Do a little bit underneath, again having them look up and over so they don't see the wand coming towards their eye. And that'll help complete the look of the eyes. I put a little bit of Aquaphor on her lips because she has really dry lips. So after that, she's going to actually apply her lipstick because she's better at it. She says I get it really uneven, so she does her own. And she does a pretty good job. She's wearing a pink lipstick. You want it pretty bright. This is actually not the kind she's wearing. We left it at the Crichton. So she's showing you a little in a different lighting what it all looks like. And we're done.